What happens when you die? Most people brush off this question. Too scary, too abstract. I avoided it for years. Today, I'm going all the way in. What actually happens inside the body at the moment of death? And why, right after the heart stops, the brain doesn't fade out, but lights up more intensely than before? By the end of this video, one question will remain. The definition of death we think we know, is it actually correct? Our definition of death is too simple. Heart stops, you're dead. Brain goes dark, it's over. But this standard has shifted before. Originally, death meant the heart stopping. Then, in 1968, Harvard Medical School defined brain death because ventilators were creating patients whose hearts kept beating, but whose brains were gone. Right after the heart stops, the brain puts out electrical activity stronger than normal, stronger than any moment of focused waking life. It's not shutting down, it's switching on. Not for seconds, but for minutes. The body is the same. Brain cells die first, but organs keep functioning for hours. That's why transplants work. A kidney from someone whose heart has stopped can work in another body. Skin cells last days, dividing on a petri dish. So at that moment, is the person dead or alive? Brain gone, kidney alive, heart stopped, skin cells dividing. Where does the person end and the corpse begin? Medicine has no clear answer. Death is not an event, it's a spectrum. Let me pause. Think about it as your own body. The moment your heart beats for the last time, that moment when the beat passes and the next one doesn't come. Nobody knows when that will be, but in that moment, something is still moving inside you. The way the end comes is far more complex than we were taught, and what I'm about to tell you is the moment science first caught that complexity on camera.
In 2013, a research team at the University of Michigan ran a strange experiment. They induced cardiac arrest in rats and measured their brain waves. The assumption was that cutting off blood flow meant the brain goes quiet within seconds. The result was the opposite. For about 30 seconds after the heart stopped, gamma waves in the rats' brains exploded, stronger than any moment of alert waking life. It wasn't shutting down, it was flaring up one last time. The team suspected equipment malfunction, but the same pattern showed up in all 9 rats. The first human clue came by accident. In 2022, a University of Louisville hospital was monitoring an 87-year-old patient's brainwaves when he suddenly died of cardiac arrest. The brainwaves from the moment of death were recorded in full. The same gamma wave explosion from the rat experiment was there. Definitive confirmation came in 2023. The same Michigan team published data from 4 patients who died of cardiac arrest. 2 showed almost exactly the same pattern as the rats 10 years earlier, specifically at the junction of the temporal and parietal lobes. Neuroscientists call this region the hot zone of consciousness. It activates during out-of-body experiences, during dreams, during self-awareness. Gamma waves are what your brain produces when you vividly perceive something, pull up a memory, become conscious of yourself. A dying brain pumping this out, from the region most tied to consciousness, means something might be experienced in that moment. Not confirmed, but no longer dismissible. Let me be honest, when I first started digging into this, I was uncomfortable. I was reading the 2023 paper at night, and I just shut it. My heart is going to stop like that one day too. But weirdly, the discomfort turned into something else. Your heart is beating right now. Mine is too. Something changed for me after learning this. This moment isn't something to take for granted, and it's not my head that knows it, it's my body.
Here's a strange story. After you hear this, it might come back to you tonight before you fall asleep. There's something forensic labs have passed around for a long time. When you handle corpses, dead people sometimes suddenly make sounds. A groan, air escaping, sometimes what sounds like a sigh. People new to this work get so startled they physically step back. But this isn't a ghost story, it's physiology. Even hours after the heart stops, there's still air inside the body. When position changes or pressure shifts, that air pushes out through the vocal cords and makes a sound. Same principle as when you talk. The only difference is it's not your will pushing the air out. Muscles twitch hours after death. Hair and nails seem to keep growing, though actually the surrounding skin is shrinking. Here's why they startle people. We believe death is a clean, sharp cutoff. Heart stops, over. After that, silence. But the body doesn't know that line. It's still doing things, making sounds, cells moving, signals firing in the brain. Death is a line we drew, not a line the body agrees with. Now back to what I promised, near-death experiences, NDE. About 20% of people who survive cardiac arrest report the same experiences: a bright light, the feeling of looking down at their own body, scenes from their life flashing at once, and they all say the same thing: sharper than any dream, realer than anything they'd experienced while alive. What's interesting is this doesn't vary much by culture. American, European, Asian, religious or not, the same elements come up: a tunnel, a light, dead family members, a sense of peace. Science long explained this as hallucination, a last-moment illusion as the brain shuts down. But the data we just looked at shook that explanation. If the brain isn't shutting down but turning on, and specifically the regions tied to self-awareness, memory, and perception are lighting up, then calling it hallucination becomes awkward. And there are harder cases, patients unconscious on the operating table, coming back and precisely remembering conversations from the room, sometimes describing the surgery from above, looking down at their own body, with their eyes closed. Parts of those descriptions actually check out. We have to be careful. A gamma wave spike doesn't necessarily mean subjective experience. Researchers are in the middle of a heated debate. But one thing has become clear: the era of dismissing this as hallucination is over. A dying brain is doing something. That's all I'm going to ask today. If you were dying right now, in those last few seconds, your brain might still be experiencing something. If that's true, what should we even call death? And one more thing, those last few seconds, how do we want to meet them?